After cycling 1,000 kilometers across British Columbia, I had arrived to Mount Robson in the Canadian Rockies. My original plan was to ride through the famous Jasper and Banff national parks, but with the roads through Jasper closed down due to wildfires, I instead turned south to head towards Gray Provincial Park. This park in the nearby Caribou Mountains is known for its abundance of beautiful waterfalls. Hi, I'm Benjamin, and I'm riding my bike across the Americas. This is what I found in Canada's Waterfalls Park. After visiting Mount Robson, I awoke after a cold night to fallen leaves on my tent for the very first time. Fall was approaching, so I knew it was time to start heading south, towards the US border before the cold of winter set in. It's the perfect day today, and I could just sit here all day enjoying these mountains. These views are unbelievable. This is my first time going dead south in a long ass time. Finally making some southbound progress out here. Oh my god, I just turned the corner and see this giant glacier in front of me. We're approaching the Highway 5 high points, which means it's gonna be mostly downhill through some beautiful mountains from here. The sun just dips below the mountain over here, and the temperature drops so quickly. Definitely gonna start feeling like winter pretty soon, I think. Dinner today is cheddar and broccoli and mash. So yeah, let's go. We always put that mash in there. And there's also tuna in there. So many calories. Let's go. I don't know if it's because I just did 100K today, but this is actually fire. This is so good right now. And for dessert, we're gonna have these maple French toast bagels with Nutella on it. I'm actually super excited for this. This already looks amazing. Yeah, it's actually really good. After not seeing much wildlife for a while, I encountered my first bears in this part of Canada. A few were terrifying, but you must remember that not all bears are scary. So I'm not gonna lie, the start of today, energy level's quite low, motivation pretty damn low. But I stopped at a gas station, got a Mountain Dew and a samosa, and now we are ready. Once again, I had another day with beautiful blue skies. Although it wasn't the original route that I had planned for, I really enjoyed this route through the Caribou Mountains. It's a slow climb, but it's actually really pretty, so I don't mind it. It's not actually too steep either. This is pretty cool. Well, I haven't had a proper cleaning in over a week now. No showers, no swimming. It's freezing cold, ice water, but I think I gotta do it. I bitched out. I couldn't do a cold swim. So I just set up my tent near the river, thinking it was a peaceful spot. But rather quickly I learned that it was not. just made it to Clearwater. This is basically the entrance point to Wells Gray, which is supposed to be one of the most amazing provincial parks in all of Canada. They say it rivals even like Jasper and Banff national parks, so we're gonna find out. We're gonna take a little detour, about 2 days, out and back through the provincial park, and see what we can see. Starting the climb to go up into Wells Gray. This is gonna be a big climb, and then we're gonna get into the park, and there's gonna be beautiful waterfalls, beautiful sights. But to do it, we have a big hill to climb up, so let's just get over it and then get to the good stuff. Just like that, we're already in the park, and the first waterfall is already like right around the corner, so that's pretty cool. Let's go take a look and see what it's like. Man, those waterfalls are incredible. And those cliffs are just so high. Like, it's one of those things where I can show you videos of the waterfall, I can show you videos of the cliff, but unless you're standing there right on the edge, you can't truly appreciate just how absolutely massive it is. It's so cool to see in person. And I'm so glad I have the opportunity to come up here and do it. There's supposedly even bigger falls up ahead, so that's where we're headed. We're gonna keep following this road all the way up and just take a look at the sights along the way. This is gonna be amazing. Like, that just blew me away. That was incredible. I knew it was gonna be big, but I didn't realize it was gonna be big, big. I expected that as the day went on, it would start warming up a little bit, but actually the deeper into these mountains, the colder it's getting. It also looks much more like fall up here, which is pretty cool. Pretty nice sights, very, very feeling like fall for the first time. And it's kind of cold. I think tonight's gonna be very cold. Probably, maybe even gonna be the first night below freezing? I'm not sure. Probably depends on how high up in these mountains we camp, but the sights are beautiful. It's a ton of climbing, so it's very exhausting. My progress is probably the slowest this day than it's ever been. But we get some downhill coming back, but actually it's not that good because it's up and down, so I will have to climb on the way back too. Still pretty amazing place. We're pushing up a mountain. We've got a little bit of a mountain here. Then we're gonna go down, and then we got the big one. It's been a long time since I've had this many bugs flying around me. I don't know if you can see them. Damn, there's a lot of flies. Here we go, back on the push. It's gonna be, 3 kilometers of this, 182 meters of elevation gain. And then we're finally basically at the top, I think. Oh my gosh, it's been a lot of pushing today. Phew, we've done it. We're at the high point, or at least like almost at the high point, where it's not steep anymore anyways. From here, should be downhill to Helmkin Falls, I think you pronounce it. I actually don't know, but it's supposed to be the most spectacular falls in the park. It's been a long time coming up these hills. I'm ready to see it. Let's go check out these falls. I usually don't come to these paid provincial park campgrounds because what am I gonna do with all this space on a bike? I have no idea. But this was the most convenient place, so we're just setting up here for tonight. It should be pretty nice anyways. This place is huge, so it should be pretty quiet, I think. Even if like a ton of people are here, it should be pretty quiet. We're gonna cook some dinner, get some rest, and then decide what we're gonna do for tomorrow. So I was just back here cooking my dinner when the park ranger came by, and he told me he wasn't gonna charge me for the stay because I'm just on a bicycle and it's the end of the season anyway. And not only that, he gave me firewood and an axe for it. We're gonna have a fire tonight. I'm so excited. Leaving the campground this morning, it was a pretty good night. I mean, that was so happy with that fire last night. That was incredible, and the fact that I got it for free is even better. I think I decided not to go all the way to the north of this park of Wells Gray, not because I don't want to see it, but because there's rain coming tomorrow and I have no chance of getting all the way up there and then coming all the way back in one day. So we're gonna try to get out of this park. We're gonna stop and do a little bit of hikes on the way today. And also, I realized this morning that today is day 100 of this bike trip. Triple digits for the first time ever on a bike trip, so this is very exciting. Wow, 100 days on the road. That is insane to think about. I backtracked towards the park entrance, briefly stopping at some of the falls I had seen the day before. Lots of YOLOs up in the mountains now. I don't know if you could see it that well on camera, but yeah. For our last waterfall of Wells Gray, we're gonna do a little hike to Mowel Falls, I think it's called. It's about 2.9 kilometers each way, so about 6 kilometers total, and it should be pretty nice. Apparently you can get kind of behind the waterfall, so it should be pretty cool. This is where the falls drops off. You can't see that much from up here, but it's gonna be amazing down there, I think. Look at this. Here we go, the last big climb to get out of Wells Gray. Not looking forward to these big climbs, but you gotta do them. Should be about 130 meters, I think, and then we're gonna be flying downhill into town. First, we just gotta get over this big one though. After riding back into town, I treated myself to a hotel to celebrate day 100 and to reflect on the trip so far. While hitting a milestone like this feels big, it's the detours like Wells Gray that reminded me that the adventure isn't about numbers or about reaching some final destination. It's about the places that I discover and the experiences along the way that make the journey unforgettable. From here, I set my sights on Vancouver via the Coast Mountains and the Sea to Sky Trail. But of course, that's a story for next time. Special thanks to Anna Suarez, Dara, Jack Doherty, Ken Coulter, Reed Ploss, and Vegan Van Voyage for supporting on Patreon. If you like the content and would like to give some extra support to the channel, get early access to videos, and to help keep the adventure alive, the link is in the description below. Thanks for watching.